Welcome into the Armada training update where the fall season is about to start here, Cole, for the Armada and for the rest of the NASL. But before we get to that, some breaking news. Coach Guillermo Hoyo's contract extension, 4 years.
Yeah, it'll run through 2019 now, and one of the things that people are talking about within the organization, the reason why they made this commitment was the way that he's been able to develop players already, and some you would think about younger players developing and how they've come along. But maybe one of the guys who's developed the most on the team is Pascal Million, who has led the team in goals. Here was a guy who certainly had the ability and the talent, but he's really taken some steps forward and become a much better player and a bigger part of this Armada rotation.
Absolutely. Now he's representing the Haitian national team, so he actually missed this past weekend's huge friendly, which takes us into Boca Juniors. What an experience that was for the Armada. It
really was, and to see how the Armada, particularly the starters, performed against the starters. Granted, there were a few Boca Juniors top players who weren't there playing in Copa America and so forth, but to play that way, to have that kind of performance, I think is a real plus. And when you take that half and the second half against the Cosmos and you say, boy, here are the last two full halves that the starters have played, really bodes well for the fall season.
Well, and that really makes you think, again, like you just said, for the fall season. It starts this weekend on Sunday against Ottawa, their first time ever outside of the country.
Yeah, going to Canada. Both the Canadian teams came to Jacksonville in the spring. Probably a good idea considering the weather. They could be in Edmonton and Ottawa in the springtime. Ottawa, remember, they haven't given up a goal since the Carter administration now. They have set an NASL record. They're playing so defensively. We saw them in a 0-0 game in Jacksonville, so it's going to be a great test for the Armada attack going out against the Ottawa Fury to start things and do it on, remember, it's Sunday game. Most of the games in Canada are played on Sunday rather than on Saturday. They don't want to compete with hockey, so Saturday is travel day and Sunday would be the day, and we'll have the broadcast for you, of course, on the CW17 and on Sports Radio 930.
Right. Now, the last thought of the day. Fall expectations. The Armada, like you mentioned earlier, ended very well against the Cosmos, allowed the most goals and scored the most goals the Cosmos have ever seen in the spring season. What are your thoughts for the fall?
Well, I think they are going to contend for a postseason spot, whether it's winning the fall or having one of the next two best overall records. I think they're positioned very well to make a run here. When you consider that as an expansion team, their first 10 games and they finished middle of the table in the spring, I think it sets up perfectly for them to really make a run.
Absolutely. They have a great chance at winning the fall season, so we'll watch their first game on Sunday against Ottawa, CW17 at 3 p.m. and Sports Radio 930. I'm Krissty Andaur.
I'm Cole Pepper. Thanks so much for joining us right here on Armada Training Update.